Lighteners Part 4. Learning Objectives. 1. Explain the role and action of hair lighteners. Essential question. How do hair lighteners alter the natural hair pigment, and what factors influence their effectiveness and impact on hair integrity? Mix according to manufacturer's directions. For consistent results, always mix lighteners according to the manufacturer's directions. Your mixing ratio will be determined by applications, strength of measure, and your client's hair. Mixing ratio means the amount of lightener product to the amount of developer. Mixing ratios for lighteners can be 1:1, 1:1.5, 1:2, or more depending on the brand. Thicker consistency will dry more quickly but is stronger. Never free pour or mix lightener without measuring, especially when completing an application through the full head. Free pouring can result in uneven lift and inconsistency due to varying mixing ratios. Always mix to manufacturer's present mixing ratios and always measure lightener and dedicated developer. Caution. Hair that is level 6 or darker should never be lifted past the palest yellow stage, the lightness of the inside of a banana peel. When lightened to white, hair fiber breaks down, causing it to feel brittle when dry and mushy when wet, and have little to no elasticity, which causes breakage. Lightener breaks down the hair fiber by eroding the cuticle and depleting the proteins inside the cortex. Each time the hair is lightened, this process happens. If the hair is overlightened, it will have been broken down so much that it no longer contains the protein and amino acid required to be a physical hair strand. All of these conditions are indicative of extreme damage. Types of lightener. Colorists can choose from 4 forms of lightener: oil, cream, powder, and clay. Each type has a unique chemical characteristic and formulation procedure. Many professional brands carry multiple lightener types intended for different hair conditions, and scalps. Lighteners can have color added to balance warmth and brassy tones while lifting. Lighteners can be used alone or in foils, plastic wraps, specialized paper, and various other artistic techniques. Always refer to the manufacturer's directions for the safest, most predictable results. Types of lightener: on-scalp lighteners, off-scalp lighteners, powder lighteners, and clay lighteners. Types of lighteners: on-scalp lighteners, oil, cream, and some powder lighteners, if specified by the manufacturer, are considered on-scalp lighteners. On-scalp lighteners create overall blonding and lightening retouches. Oil and cream lighteners have conditioning agents that allow them to be applied to the scalp with less irritation, in addition to dedicated developers that typically require 20 volume or less for scalp application. Off-scalp lighteners are categorized as powder or clay lighteners. They are strong and fast-acting lighteners formulated to lift the hair anywhere from 4 to 7 levels, with some brands claiming up to 9 levels. The ability to lift maximum levels depends on the client's hair type, hair condition, and hair application. Powder lighteners were originally intended for off-scalp lightening only. However, new technology now allows manufacturers to also formulate powder lighteners for on-scalp and off-scalp blonding. This is not true across the board. Read instructions carefully. Powder lighteners are the most common hair lightening products. Off-scalp powder lighteners contain persulfate salts for quicker and stronger lightening. They tend to dry out quicker than other lightening types. Most powder lighteners expand, swell, and spread out as they process, especially under heat or in a foil. The stronger the chemical reaction, the more swelling occurs. Clay lighteners. Used for foil-free, freehand painting techniques like balayage because they do not expand or run. They also form an outside shell to keep the product moist and active for the maximum amount of time. They have the texture of toothpaste and can lighten hair by 3 to 5 levels. Did you know Powder lighteners can be mixed with 10, 20, or 30 volume developers for gentle to strong lift, and 40 volume for extreme lift. The latter is not recommended for most situations and never when you are first learning how to highlight hair. Depending on the powder lightening brand you are using and the consistency and volume of developer, it is possible to achieve up to 7 to 8 levels of lift, although it is not recommended to do so in one sitting. Contributing pigment plays one of the most important roles in lightening processes in hair color formulations. It is directly tied to the level system and refers to the unrefined warm tones revealed during the lightening process. If the hair is a level 5 and your goal is to lighten it to a level 8, you must decolorize the hair to yellow. Sometimes it is necessary to lighten a level higher than the desired result to get past the unwanted tone of natural contributing pigment. If you plan to tone pre-lightened hair platinum blonde, the hair must be lightened to a level 10 palest yellow. Did you know the hair goes through different stages of unrefined color as it lightens? The amount of change depends on the amount of contributing pigment in the hair, the strength of the lightening product, the volume of developer, and the time that the product is processed. Activity 8. 10 degrees of decolorization. Working with a partner, have students go online and find pictures that show the 10 degrees of decolorization. Then ask them to go in and find pictures of hair that show the 10 levels of hair. Have them paste the pictures into a slide or document. Monitoring the health of hair. You must frequently check the hair's health during the lightening process. At the first sign of even minor damage, stop the decolorizing action by gently rinsing with tepid water and lightly shampooing, even if your desired level has not been reached. Not doing so could cause irreparable damage to the hair. If the hair is not as light as desired, lighteners should be reapplied at a later date with treatments in between the next service. If you can only safely lift the hair from a level 4 to a level 7 dark blonde in one sitting, and a level 9 light blonde is the desired result, for instance, ask the client before the service to make the interim choice for a level 7 hair color. It may be necessary for them to be a dark blonde for some time before their hair is healthy enough to finally achieve their light blonde hair color goal. Always ensure that even when the hair lightening process is stopped before reaching the ultimate goal, the interim hair color you create looks planned, polished, and fabulous. Double process hair color refers to a two-step hair color process in which the hair is first decolorized with a lightener to lift the natural pigment. The first step is called pre-lightening, as it lifts or lightens the natural pigment. Then a separate product called toner is used to deposit the desired color or tone to the hair. This two-step process, also called two-step blonding or double process blonding, is most effective when an overall light blonde, or a level that is more than 4-level lightener than the natural hair color, is desired. This allows the hair to be lightened up to the lightest blonde and still have a pigmented hue, such as delicate silver blonde. Double process hair color. Toners. After pre-lightening, toners can remove the exposed harsh undertones of the hair. They can also neutralize or enhance tones as needed. However, they can't be used to further lighten the hair. Use them for complete coverage, highlights, accent pieces, or to create a multidimensional look. Though most toners are formulated as semi or demi-permanent color, permanent color can be used as toners if the manufacturer allows it. All over pre-lightened hair should be toned to give it a definitive shade, such as a pearl blonde, light blonde, beige blonde, caramel, ash brown, or toffee. For this same reason, heavily highlighted hair should also be toned, but toners are not just for blonde hair. They can be used for various applications. Hair at a level 4 can be toned to remove underlining red tones. They can also enhance fading tones such as reds and coppers between lightening services. In all cases, a toner is applied according to the manufacturer's instructions in the same manner as permanent hair color application. Apply carefully in sections. Sometimes multiple tones are used. Factor timing and pricing into the other tone services. Because toners are often semi and demi-permanent colors, they can add the desired tone, act as a conditioner, and seal the cuticle after a lightening services. Many brands also have clear toners to help seal the cuticle and impart shine on dull hair. Choosing a color formulation when toning can be difficult. Experience trains your eye in color selection. The hair must be fully lightened before selecting a toner. Choosing a toner before the hair has lightened can result in improper selection. Hair color always appears darker and cooler when wet. You may need to dry the hair to select the toner and follow the manufacturer's directions for application. Most toners require hair to be damp, 80% dry or more for application. Never apply toner to hair that is dripping wet. The water can dilute the toner and create an uneven result. Options for toning pre-lightened hair: traditional toners, acid demi-permanent dyes, temporary and semi-permanent hair colors, and toning shampoos. Traditional toners are permanent hair colors mixed with a low-volume developer, usually 10 volume. They are used on pre-lightened hair to achieve pale blonde shades on level 9, light blonde, and level 10, lightest blonde. Permanent toners must be thoroughly rinsed. Also shampoo the lightener out. Like household chemicals, bleach and ammonia can create a strong chemical reaction if mixed. These toners are good for all over one color results, as they are permanent and last the longest. Acid demi-permanent dyes can also be used to tone pre-lightened hair, including highlighted hair, as they will not lift the existing hair color and are known for their hair color longevity. Acid toners close down the cuticle because of their pH and make the hair feel smoother after a lightening service. Because they do not lift existing natural color, they are great for highlighting services. Temporary and semi-permanent hair colors are also popular products for toning accent pieces in vivid shades, as they do not contain developers and will not lift the surrounding hair during the toning process. Semi-permanent and temporary fashion shades such as light pink, baby blue, or peach also are applied as toners over pre-lightened level 10 hair for true color results. Toning shampoos and conditioners are pigmented to a deposit color. There are several on the market that work as a toner both in the salon and for client use at home. Though they are considered temporary color-enhancing shampoos and conditioners can deposit subtle to dramatic color. Commonly found in deep reds and other shades, consider purple or blue formulations to reduce warmth after decoloring.